don't forget the third Saturday of this month. We're going to be here from 12 to 3. 12 to 3, right? We're going to be here on that Saturday. I think it's the 18th. The 18th from 12 to 3, right? Not only just giving out book bags, but really trying to connect with the community. Letting people know that they're not alone. And more importantly, let them know that there's a God who loves them. So Saturday 18th, 12 to 3, okay? I want you to be here. I want you to be in your whatever faithful fellowship you got. If you don't have it, you got time to get it. And then let's represent. Let's represent. Take the church outside of the church. Sound good? Sound good. And again, I couldn't be prouder of the commitment, of the donations. I actually think we got over 50 book bags. We got over 50 book bags, so I appreciate everything that everybody did, every sacrifice you made, putting them together. I saw the coolest video. Thank you on Instagram of y'all stuffing, organizing the book bags and that. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And then getting the word out. You're getting the word out. So let's be about it. Let's keep being about it. Some things are more important than how you feel. That went over like a lead balloon. That went over like a fart in church. I know your feelings are important to you, but some things matter more than how you feel. Let's get into this word. 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 Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 1, starting at verse 1. I've talked about this story before, but I hope today you'll see something slightly different in it. The Lord was sharing with me that sometimes the greatest enemy to faith is time. The greatest enemy to faith is time. Because time often makes us feel like God didn't hear us, God doesn't care about us, or God can't do it. Right? Even if you think about doubt, right, being the adversary to faith, doubt is only a result of time. Right? If we pray and God don't move right now, we start second guessing. We start trying to figure it out. We start trying to make our own way. But there has to be a time. There has to be a time that we pray. Not the longest prayer, not the loudest prayer. There has to be a time that we go before God, open and honest and sincere, and turn away from that prayer knowing that God has moved. Like at some point, there's got to be a time when you don't pray and still worry. When you don't pray and still be depressed. At some point, there's got to be a time when you pray and let it go. I mean, pray and change your whole way of thinking, knowing that once you put it out there, God will take it from there. There's got to be one prayer you pray at one time in your life that actually changes your life. Even before you get the answer. And I'm telling you because I want you to be cognizant of it. And it might not be the most elaborate prayer you've ever prayed. It might not have the most words. And it might not be sophisticated. But there's got to be a time that you'll be honest with God. Just honest with God. And walk away from that prayer knowing that God heard you, He cares about you, and He's coming. And He's coming. There is a prayer that you will pray that will change your life. Not a prayer that someone else prays for you. There's going to be a prayer, I'm talking future tense, that you will pray that will change your whole life.
That's good.
Now, I want you to be anticipating. Like, when is it? The point is, just pray more. Just pray more. I want to show you something today that is absolutely remarkable. It's remarkable. Remarkable. Sometimes prayer is not about what you want or need from God. That's what we think it is. Sometimes prayer is about knowing God is there. Like sometimes you just want God. Look, if we're just honest, then sometimes you just want God to let you know, man, that just tell me that you hear me. Just show me that you're here. Like I don't even care about what I need. I just want to know you are here. Because what do you do when you can't figure it out? There's always something we can't figure out. There's always something that didn't go the way we wanted to. There's always something that happened that we didn't anticipate. So what do you do when you can't figure it out? Let me show you what somebody else did. How about that? There was a certain man from a town called, I nicknamed it Rock'em Sock'em. As I was sounding it out, that was the closest I could come to it. So there was a certain man from a place called Rock'em Sock'em. Yeah, that feel right. Of the hill country of Ephraim. His name was Elkanah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Elihu, the son of Tohu, the son of Jesus Christ. No, I'm not struggling with the name. I'm just saying. I mean, the one thing I love about the Old Testament, everything you did was traced back to everybody in your bloodline. Like before we even know what this man is about, we know his daddy, his granddaddy, and his great-granddaddy. Good night from Perry home. An Ephraimite. Jeez. And he had 2 wives. I'm not going to give no commentary on that. That's all right. Come on. I'm not. That's the only thing I won't take 2 of. He had 2 wives. The name of, it's funny the stuff you think you would enjoy if you could have it, and then real life hit and you're like, nah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. He had 2 wives. The name of one was Hannah. The name of the other was Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. Now, to understand the depth of what we're about to talk about, in this day, having children was the quintessential purpose of a woman. A woman who could bear children had value. A woman who couldn't bear children had none. So this man's got 2 wives. One of them can't have children. One of them pregnant every time you turn around. Cough on her, she's pregnant. And this man went up out of the city from year to year to worship and to sacrifice unto Jehovah of hosts in Shiloh. And the two sons of Eli, the priest unto Jehovah, were there. And when the day came that Elkanah sacrificed, he gave to Peninnah his wife and to all her sons and daughters portions to sacrifice. Yes. But to Hannah he gave a double portion. For he loved Hannah, but Jehovah had shut up her womb. So he gives them, Peninnah and all her children, his children, a portion to sacrifice to Jehovah. But he gives Hannah a double portion because he loved Hannah. Yes, yes. Despite the fact that she couldn't have children. Because sometimes the thing you think gives you worth isn't what gives you worth. Most men would have been done with her because she couldn't produce children. But he loved her more than Peninnah. And her rival, now check this out, provoked her because Jehovah had shut up her womb. So now think about this for a second. So not only can she not have children, but her husband's other wife, who can have children, is attacking her because she can't. So not only can she not have children, now she's got to live with the ridicule from the other wife. And sometimes life is a lot. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. Sometimes it's just a lot. This lady doesn't know what to do. I can't have children. She can. And every time I turn around, she's throwing it in my face. And as he did so year by year, when she went up to the house of Jehovah, so she provoked her over and over and over. Therefore she wept, Hannah wept and did not eat. We know this to be depression. She cried, she couldn't eat. Just don't know what to do, Lord. And her husband said to her, why are you crying? Why don't you eat? Why is your heart broken? Am I not better than 10 sons? So husband was trying to say, hey, I love you in spite of the fact that you can't have children. Why is that not enough? Because she was looking for self-worth in something that she had to be able to produce, instead of realizing she was valuable just because she was. So now the husband's frustrated. What else can I do to show you I love you? Why isn't my love not enough? Why are you seeking validation from some other source? Am I not more than 10 sons? So Hannah rose up after they finished eating and drinking in Shiloh. Now Eli the priest was sitting on the seat by the doorpost of the tabernacle of the Lord. And she was in bitterness of soul. She was praying to the Lord as she wept in anguish. Like this lady is coming apart. Like, God, I just don't understand. Like she's going through it. She made a vow and said, this is that time you pray and change your own life. When you realize that what you're praying for is not what's most important. What you're praying about is not what's most important. Who you're praying to is what's most important. There's going to come a time in your life, and you might be living it right now, Well, you have to understand that what you need is not what's most important. Who you need is what's most important. So with a heart broken, unable to be satisfied, disgusted with life, and got this trifling woman nagging her to boot, she made a vow and she said, "O Lord of hosts, if you will indeed look on the affliction of your maidservant and remember me, and not forget your maidservant, but will give your maidservant a male child, then I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life." What if the thing we're praying for, we decided to use it to honor God? Look, and you can put anything in that blank. What if whatever we were praying for, we used to honor God? See, a lot of people get blessed and run away because now I'm good. Call you when I need you again. But what if you said to God, I don't even want the kid for myself. I want the kid to know that you're here. She said, if you give him to me, and I'm going to walk you through a few steps. She did. Boom, 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 boom. She said, if you would hear my prayer and respond, I will take this that you give me and give it right back to you. Because she was at a point now where having a child wasn't what mattered most to her. She needed to know that God heard her. I just need to know you're here. I need to know you see what I'm going through. I need to know that you care. I don't even want the child to raise and to look like me and to dress him up in all these clothes. I just want to know that you care about me, God. If you give him to me, I'll give him back to you. Good night. Whoa. Life-changing. Life-changing. She went from feeling no worth because she couldn't have kids to saying, if you give me a kid, I'll give him back to you. I just want to know that you got me. That's life-changing. All right, go to the next verse, and I'm gonna break down what she did step by step. And it happened as she continued praying before the Lord, watch this, that Eli watched her mouth. This is cool because she wasn't praying out loud. Come on. She wasn't praying out loud. She was praying in her heart without using her words. She was just saying, so the priest sees her doing this, he thinks she's drunk. And the priest confronts her and he says, what you doing put away that liquor. All right, let's see. So Eli said to her, how long will you be drunk? Close enough. Put your wine away from you. Man, you cannot judge somebody by what you see. You don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what somebody's going through, so you should reserve the right to pass judgment on somebody based on what you see when you look at them, because you don't know what they're dealing with. That's good. Like, this lady was done. This was it. Hannah answered the priest and said, no, my Lord, I am a woman of sorrowful spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor intoxicating drink, but have poured out my soul before the Lord. Man, I'm heartbroken. I'm not drunk. I'm just giving all I got to God. Do not consider your maidservant a wicked woman, for out of the abundance of my complaint and grief I have spoken until now. In other words, don't judge me, man of God. I'm trying to see if God hears me. out of the abundance of my complaint and grief, I'm still praying. Then Eli answered and said, go in peace, and the God of Israel grant your petition which you have asked of him. Now, most of the time I would say, kudos, Eli, and maybe you had something to do with this. But this time I say, no kudos, Eli, and he didn't have anything to do with this. Because he was coming off all churchy. This was Hannah having a moment with God that changed her life. I just got a couple more. And she said, let your maidservant find favor in your sight. So the woman went her way and ate, and her face was no longer sad. This was it. She started depressed, can't eat, can't sleep. After this prayer, she up, she eating, and the Bible says her face was no longer sad. Her whole countenance changed, because this time she gave God all she had. She brought God what cost her everything. And she was good. Then they rose early in the morning and worshiped before the Lord and returned and came to the house in Ramah. And Elkanah knew Hannah his wife, and the Lord remembered her. Yes. So it came to pass in the process of time, in the process of time, in the process of time. In the process of time, that Hannah conceived and bore a son and called his name Samuel, one of the greatest prophets that ever walked this earth. One of the greatest representatives of Jesus that ever lived was Samuel, because his mother gave him to God, because God gave him to her. And Samuel was connected to God from day one. Samuel's existence was about an interaction between his mama and God. If you give me a son, I'll give him back to you. And it says, and she bore a son, called his name Samuel, saying, because I have asked for him from the Lord. You can stop right there. So let's break this down, shall we? Yes. So let's look. One thing Hannah did not do, she didn't blame God. It's hard to trust the person you blame. I can stop right there. I've just solved so many problems. But we don't want to be honest. We don't want to be honest. It is almost impossible to trust what you blame. You don't have to like it, but you can't unhear it. That's right. All right now. That's good. She did not blame God. Therefore, she was able to still trust him. Because you cannot trust what you blame. Hannah never blamed God that she couldn't have kids. She trusted God to see her, remember her in spite of it. But she never blamed him. That's a trick of the enemy. And we are so quick to assess blame. Like that's it. If we just find out whose fault it is, then we can go from there. In almost every situation, we want to know whose fault it is. Not the solution, but who's to blame. Focus on the fix. No, I want to know who caused the problem. Right. So I can drag them all over town. Right. It's people don't even remember their time with you that you still talking about. It's people who don't want to know you that you still just got them in your knapsack. You're dragging them around. Trick of the enemy. 2, Hannah trusted God in spite of her circumstances. This requires relationship. Listen, if there's no real relationship between you and God, the circumstances seem bigger than him. Because the circumstances you can see, God you can't. The circumstances you can see, the word you can't. right? The circumstances you having to deal with every day. But if there's a relationship with God, you can see him in spite of your circumstances. That allows you to look to the hills from which cometh the help that sustains your life. God becomes bigger than the circumstance because you're connected to him. If you're not connected to him, the circumstances outweigh it. Every time. Listen, she felt hurt. She felt. She was human. She was hurt. She was depressed. You know? Like me, she needed one of those drugs that they had a commercial about with 12 side effects. You know? She needed that stuff that, like you said. Like Hannah was dealing with it. She needed that stuff Prince was taking. No, she was hurt. But in spite of how she felt, she still trusted God. See, sometimes we say we trust God, our actions don't demonstrate it because our feelings have gotten in the way. So it ain't that God ain't moving, it's that you don't think he's going to move. You say it because it sounds churchy, but you don't act like it. How do you know? Look, show me your faith without works, and I'll show you my faith by what I do. I don't say I trust God. My actions reflect it. I couldn't walk all week. I had a gout attack on Monday. I went to Savannah and couldn't even go to the building. I couldn't even put my shoes on. My wife had to drive me home. All week. It started on Monday. It got worse. Tuesday, I was out. She had to go get food and bring it back. I couldn't even go out of the hotel. Wednesday, I had on my little house shoes, right? And I felt convicted for all the people I talk about that wear bonnets out in public. Because I was out in public with my bedroom shoes on because I couldn't put my tennis shoes on. And then I came home, and Thursday I was coming out of it, and the devil told me that I did something to cause it. And so my wife came to the church to help Jalen and Shaquille do the flyer stuff and get the air conditioning fixed in here. And I thought, well, let me go make something to eat. And I went and opened up some tuna fish. And tuna fish is one of the worst things to eat when you have a gout attack. So my foot that was healing swole up again. And the devil said, see, you causing this. And my wife came home and said, what'd you eat? I said, tuna. She said, dude, you do. But the devil was trying to tell me I did it. I caused it. It was something I ate that caused a gout attack. We were having a nostalgia moment, and we were talking about, remember when we was growing up, we used to eat them sardines out the can? Especially the one with hot sauce, where you get them crackers in it. So we start going to the store getting just cans of sardines. Just cans of sardines, Ain't nothing like doing something that you can afford not to do just because it means something to you. And we sit up at night eating our sardines, and she cut them all up, and she put them on the crackers and gave them to me, and I felt like I'm the king of the world. And then sardines came back and said, you ain't supposed to have this. And I said, nothing's changed about the way I live in the last few weeks except the sardines. She said, hold on for a minute. That's what caused it. But the devil was telling me, see, it's something you're doing in your life. And I was like, I can't even reenact it. It was awful. When I was coming out, my wife said, now you finally walking like you're not 85 years old. Man, and then it was my dominant foot too, right? And I don't know if you never had gout, like all the weird stuff happens to me. God must really think I can handle it. Stuff happened to me that you can't take no medication. You just got to go through it. My wife said, some pain pills. I said, no. A gout attack is like somebody taking a cigarette, a lighter, and flicking it inside your skin. It's nothing you can do to stop it. So I hobbled around. went to we stopped on the road, went to the bathroom. I thought, Lord, if I can make, it was going to take forever. It's just one of these big old stores that's on the road, people travel. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to get from this door to the bathroom. It ain't going to work. It's just too far. I'm going to have to whiz on myself. I just can't. I'm not going to make it to the bathroom. And making it to the bathroom seemed like the worst thing. It was like the hardest goal I've ever achieved in my life. And then I came out of the bathroom and had to go back. I thought, what is this torture? But guess where I am today? Just saying. My point is, it's okay to feel things. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to ask the question. But you have to, through it all, still trust God. 3, Hannah was specific. She said, if you give me a male child. And I believe that sometimes we aren't specific because we don't have the faith to trust that God cares that much about us. Well, Lord, you ain't got to bless me with the best. Is anything better than what I got? You know, I don't need more than enough. I just need enough. And sometimes we're not specific because we don't have the faith to believe that God actually cares that much about us. And if I can get through this week, I tell you what, I got something for you next week. God is specific. Look at how he created this world. God is detail-oriented. Details matter. Don't give God this generic, rando prayer because you don't have the faith to think he cares about you specifically. Don't pray a general prayer. If you just bless my neighborhood, you know, I'll run up under it and, no, you got to be, you know, at some point, it ain't about the neighbor. Come to 8811, Mary Alice Rose, Douglasville, Georgia, 30134. I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. Because sometimes it's not about nothing around you. It's about you and God. Sometimes it's about you and God. Hannah said, just remember me. I remember somebody else praying that same prayer. Remember Jose? Lord, just remember me when you go into your kingdom. I don't want nothing. Just don't forget me. So 3, Hannah was specific. 4, and I want you to get this, Hannah was encouraged. Right? So maybe she didn't need medication. There was nothing her husband could do. Hannah needed to know that God loved her. And once she prayed to God, transparently, she knew. She felt like she was heard. Even before the answer came, she felt like she was heard. And it changed everything. You can't pray and be depressed. It don't work. Don't. Sorry. It doesn't work. It doesn't. Right? Because your inability to let go of what you can't fix shows you don't trust God to handle it. Your inability to stop carrying a load that's too heavy for your shoulders only validates the fact that you don't think God can do it. So you can't have two. It's like water and oil, right? You know, back in the day, I had so many raggedy cars, you know, over the course of my life, I deserve to drive the best cars ever made for the rest of my life. I really do. I've been through it with cars, man. I've had some, you know, I was like, how can you be this cool in a car this raggedy? And the one thing I knew, because it happened over and over, going to that buy here, pay here place. You know? They take you to lunch, they go buy you some church's chicken. And you drive the car for a couple of months, barely able to pay for it. And then something happened. Water and oil. And you know you done. Come get it. Because when that water and oil happened, you know that the motor worked more than the car. Hannah was encouraged once she was honest with God. If you honest with God, it don't matter what nobody else thinks. I'm not there yet, but I'm trying to care less about what people think. I'm not all the way there, but I'm trying. Because unless their name is Jesus, it really don't matter what they think. Five, Hannah was willing to dedicate what God gave her back to God. Again, think about when you pray. The next time you pray, I hope it changes your life. I really do. Nothing will make me happier. But I also wonder if God blessed you with the thing you're asking for, would you use it to honor him? Right? It's like people saying, God bless me with a job. I want to make more money. I don't want to struggle and live paycheck to paycheck. And then God gives you a job and you don't pay tithes. So you're not honoring God with the job. It's like, God, I want a car that don't break down. You know how many times I prayed, I just want a car that don't break down. I just want a car that just drive to the gas station, put gas in it, and go. And God bless you with a car, you don't come to church. It's like, how, if you don't honor God with the blessing, what's the point of him giving it to you? I'm going to give you one more for good measure. It's like, say it. It's like praying for God to send you a person. Now, some of y'all lying before y'all even finish the sentence. It's like praying for God to send you a person. It's like me, I don't want to be alone. I can be honest about that. I don't want to be alone. But it's like praying for God to send you a person, and all you do is beat that person down. All you do is talk about what that person did wrong. What was the point? Well, it ain't my fault, Bishop. They ain't perfect. Have you looked in the mirror lately? Have you looked in the mirror lately? That person also has somebody who's not perfect. But if you don't want to be alone, be more appreciative. Because you might wake up one day and find that's exactly where you are. At some point, you got to take what God gives you and give back to him. Don't take it and run with it. Take it and honor God with it. Right? Like when you get beyond tithe and give offering, that's honoring God with your resources. God, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. Well, prove it. Prove it. Honor me with the resources you have. Trust that I'm your provider. Trust me. I am Jehovah Jireh, but not to you. Not to you. Yeah, I believe you are. Prove it. Honor me with your resources. Now, if God had said give 50%, I would have said that's man-made. Like, don't do that. Some man made that up. That's some man made that up. That ain't God. Although, I don't see none of y'all falling out with the government when they take theirs off the top before you even get yours. And you don't give it to them, they got a place for you. It's 6 by 9. with little bars in front of it. They get theirs before you get yours, and if you don't give it to them, they're going to take it from you. Look, I mean, think about it. Like, if you, before you even see your money, the government get their portion first. And if the church did that, everybody would say how wicked it is. The church is wicked. Y'all go to that church where he's telling you, look, and I ain't trying to create no rebels, but I'm just saying, if you ain't mad at Uncle Sam, don't get mad at the pastor. Uncle Sam said, look, you work 40, 50, 60 hours. The more you work, good for us. But before you see a dime of it, we'll take ours off the top. And you just go on and get it and live the best life you can. Come to church, somebody start talking about tithe, everybody want to fall out. I work every day. Just saying. I thought so. So, I'm almost done. So, let's get to it. So, now, her prayer has transformed her life. She went from wanting a son to create value for herself to wanting a son to know that God heard her, that God cared about her. She said, I really don't even want the kid no more. I just want to know that you hear me. I want to know I'm not here by myself. Golly, man, I don't want that to go over your head. She said, I tell you what, if you give me a male child, I'll give him back to you. She took him to the church and dropped him off, left him. Took him to the temple and gave him to Eli and said, here you go. Use him how you want to. And went home. Because now she didn't need the child to validate her. In other words, she didn't need a car or credit or a house or a job to validate her. She just needed to know that in her worst moment, Jesus is with her. Prove it. If you show me you with me, I'll show you that I got you too. I'll take it and give it back to you. Took that boy to the temple and left him. Use him how you want to. One of the greatest prophets to ever live, because his mama gave him back to God. The epitome of raised in the church. That's what you call raised in the church. Like really raised in the church. Man, I got to tell you something. Listen, I want you to put this in your back pocket. I got 3 things for your back pocket. One is this. Sometimes your prayer is not about what you need. It's just about needing God. And that's okay. Because more often our prayer should be about, I just want to know you got me. I just want to know you hear me. I just want to know you see me. I just want to know you are aware of the hell I'm living through. Even if you don't do nothing about it, I can sleep at night knowing that I'm on your radar. Yes. I just need to know that I matter to you. Sometimes your prayer is about your connection to God, not about what you need from him. That's one. And look, in footnote, just because you don't see it today don't mean God ain't moved today. I know for a fact that God has moved this day, in this place. I know that for a fact. If I had never known it, I know today. When you can't control your own self, that's because you're in the presence of somebody greater than you. Sometimes we don't need to explain what's unexplainable. The first time I had an encounter with God, I knew because I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop crying. And there's this guy, he was trying to witness to me and lead me to the Lord, and I was like, Took me to the church, sat me in the front row, I fell asleep. Preacher called me out, why you bring this dude here and sleeping on the front row? I don't know why he brought me either. crying uncontrollably. He put his hand on my shoulder. He said, don't try to figure it out. That's the Holy Spirit. Just because you don't see God moving doesn't mean he hasn't moved. Don't let time discourage you. Don't let time discourage you. Time does not negate the power of God. Well, God, how long is it going to take? However long he decides for it to take. He's a God of timing. He built the world over the course of 6 days and then chilled. Not one day to prove he was God. God is methodical. He moves in his step. Our job is to keep in step with the Spirit. Listen, don't let time discourage you. Time is a liar. And God is the truth. I'm telling you, time's killing us. I'm telling you, time's killing us. Most doubt is rooted in time. You start off with well-intended. When you went to God, you believed him. But it's just so much time has gone by, you wondering then, well, like the other dude, well, I'm going to pray to this dude, he hanging on the cross beside me. And Jose said, but we deserve to be here. He don't. What if he really is? I tell you what, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna play it safe. Because some feel different about him. Anyway, let me stay with Hannah. Praise God. So I gave you one for your back pocket. 2, hear me. Blessings are a gift of grace. Nothing that's owed or nothing that's earned. God don't owe us nothing. Blessings are a gift of grace. Not anything owed or anything earned. So we ought to have a spirit of gratitude. Spirit of gratitude. If we were more grateful, we would be less hateful. For real. If we were more grateful, we would be less grumpy. If we were more grateful, we would be, listen, if you were just praising God, the fact that you woke up, I couldn't even walk. And I reminded myself, the things you take for granted. The things you take for granted. Because one day I woke up and couldn't walk. I couldn't drive 4 hours in my dominant foot. I couldn't. So what are you so mad about? What are you so mad about? Christian? Believer? What are you so disgruntled for? Why are you so upset? We should live a life of gratitude. I didn't have to be standing here. If it was Tuesday, I wouldn't be. This is a gift. I should be thankful. God don't owe me nothing. God don't owe me nothing. I don't go to God and say, why did I have to have gout? Somebody got something. Why not somebody who can believe me in spite of it? Right? Right? Why not get diagnosed with something that there's no cure for? Because somebody got it. I'd rather have it, somebody have it who's going to trust me in spite of it. Oh, and by the way, I left out my testimony. When I was my colonoscopy, my GI doctor said, no sign of Crohn's. No sign of Crohn's. What she saw me. No sign of Crohn's. No sign of Crohn's. The third thing for your pocket. I hope you hear me. I hope you hear my heart. I hope you hear the heart of God. We have had an experience today. The third thing for your pocket is this. Sometimes people aren't hating on you for the reason you think they are. And the reason that's so important is because a lot of times Once we think we have figured out the problem, then we take action to solve it. As opposed to standing still, knowing that he is God. We want to fight. The third thing for your pocket is this. Sometimes people aren't hating on you for the reason you think they are. Hannah thought Peninnah was hating on her because she couldn't have children. Let's think about this for a second. If the problem is the inability to have children and I can have children, why I have a problem with you because you can't? I should already feel better than you. Our issue is the fact of who can have children and who cannot. You can't have children. I got more children that I can give away. But now I'm picking at you because you can't. So that means she didn't hate on her because she couldn't have children. She hated on her because her husband loved her in spite of her. And as a matter of fact, he loved Hannah more than he loved her. So having children didn't give her no more value to him. He loved her more without children. So she wasn't hating on her because what she couldn't do. She was hating on her because of who she was. And sometimes it's not about what you accomplish in this life that validates you. It's about the fact that God saved you. And you can tell somebody else about Jesus. Right? That's why campaigns like the book bag stuff is so important. It's not about us giving them a gift. It's about us bringing them here. It's about them seeing people that look just like them. Screaming Jesus. It's about them hearing people play music with all kind of funky beats that glorify Jesus. It's about people with ones and J's praising Jesus. Right? It's about them knowing when things get rough in this neighborhood, there's a place you can come and find community and be accepted just like you are. I want them to see church people watch sports. Church people are cool. Church people ride good and eat good. You ain't got to always want to be a rapper to live good. You can be a saint and live good. You can be a believer. Right? Sometimes people hated you because of your favor. She hated this lady because she had favor. And I got to end with this because the Lord just told it to me, so I'm going to end with this. And in spite of all Hannah's grief, and I respect it. I respect it because sometimes life is hard, man. I ain't going to lie, sometimes I get overwhelmed. Like, it's just too much. And all Hannah's grief and depression and wondering, it never dawned on her that she still had favor. To negate the fact that God was already with her. I just spent all this time, however much it's been, telling you that all Hannah wanted to know was that God was with her. She had to look no further than her husband. Because he was saying, am I not worth more than 10 sons? I don't care if you have no kids or not. I still love you more than anybody else. That was favor. God, show me you're here. I'm walking. I know he's here. I know he's here. God don't need to show me nothing else. The fact that I'm walking, I know he's here. What else do you need? What else do you need? You're breathing. You can come and go at your will. What else do you need? You got clothes on your back. You ain't starving. What else do you need? God, show us you're here. He already has. When tears uncontrollably come out of your eyes and you don't know why, you ain't sad, you ain't hurt, you just can't stop crying. I just want to know you care. What else you want me to do to show you? Look, there's nothing wrong with wanting a blessing, but sometimes we need a miracle. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference between the two. They are two different things. And we spend a lot of time wanting to be blessed instead of just receiving the miracle of life that we've already been given. Now I know why. The old folks used to say, I thank you for life, health, and strength. I thank you for life, health, and strength. That was like, that to a prayer was like salt to soul food. Can't have one without the other. I thank you for life, health, and strength. God don't have to show me he's here. You're going to keep standing. We out. Man, how amazing is Jesus? First he says to us, hey, don't pray for stuff, pray for me. And then he says to us, when you pray for me, realize I was already with you. That's when prayer changes your life. Not God, take this pain away from my foot. God, thank you that I'm still breathing. And there was never a doubt in my mind that I wouldn't be here today. I can hobble 6 days, but I knew come Sunday, I'm going to be all right. Last night we was out on the porch. I was doing like this. Nobody like him. The joy you have should be so infectious. Seriously. Listen to me. The joy you have should be so infectious. It does one or two things to everybody who encounters you. It either draws them to you or it pushes them straight away. No in between. They don't have to be like you, but what you bring, the Spirit of God that's in you, because your attitude of gratitude, it should make people say, man, I don't know what DeAndre drinking, but I have some. Give me 2 glasses of it. Give me 2. Like people should be looking at your life saying, I don't even know what he's so happy about. Right there. It's on the inside. It's not on the outside. It's not based on what I have. It's based on who I have. That's good. So either they want more of what you got, or they say, the devil in me so good, I don't want nothing to do with y'all Jesus freaks. And that's okay. That's okay. You rather know it than not know it. But it's got to be one of the two. You can't be around me lukewarm. You got to take that joy and give me a big hug, or y'all go on and say you can't stand me. Go on and say you can't stand me. One of the two. My God. My God. I am just stunned. I am stunned at how awesome God is. Don't pray for what you want from me, pray for me. And by the way, as you pray for me, remember, I'm already there. Yeah. So let's just have a talk. Let's have a talk about your life. Yes. Let's have a talk about how you feel. Yes. Church is therapy. It's free. You don't cost your dime.
Praise God.
It's therapy. Lord knows we need it. I can come in here and be honest with God. All right. I got to stop somewhere. I got to. Like man, when you really get it, when it really clicks to you, that's what you want to go out and tell people, man. That's what you want to go out and tell people, man. Like God ain't about, no ATM. That you call when you need something. Knowing God is knowing your Father, knowing who you are. I'm more than a conqueror. Amen. Wounded, I'm still fighting. Ain't no quit.
Lord Jesus.
Woo. Preach. Glory to your name.
Yes, yes, yes.
If you appreciate anything I've said today, meet me next week. Bring somebody with you next week.
Amen now. Amen. Amen.
I thought I was done studying, and the Lord said, "No, let's talk a little bit more."
Look at God.
And God started showing me something. I was like, and I was all excited, like, "Oh, you trying to tell me this?" He's like, "No, go back, go back, go back." I said, "Oh my God, I love this." He said, "No, go back, go back a little bit, go back a little bit. Ain't about what you love. I want to show you something." Ooh-wee. All right. Ladies have cooked today. Got 4th of July in the back. All kinds of more stuff. I don't even know. What?
I want to tell y'all, or now raining, Friday didn't work. Next door, that's phenomenal people. What can y'all do for us? We trying to process this. I want y'all to go next month. Thank these people. Because it took them every bit of 15 minutes to fry that fish, have it ready.
That's worth it.
That's what I call a miracle.
That's worth it.
Nobody like God. Nobody like it.
That's worth it.
That's kind of we want to preach.
B, that was worth it. That was worth it.
Nobody like it.
That was worth it.
Ain't nobody like it. Wow.
If you listen. If you don't leave here today with your head different, feeling different, and expecting different, something wrong with you. Like something wrong with you. I mean that. I mean that. If it hasn't hit you today, you the problem. Because you ought to be, I mean, this one of them days where you walk out of here and just be looking around everywhere you go. I mean, just head on a swivel all day. Ain't no telling what's going to happen today.
Amen now.
Because there's no telling what's already happened.
Yeah.
Right.
In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name.
It's already happened.
Lord Jesus.
Somebody might get promoted today.
Yeah.
Somebody might get increased today.
Somebody gonna get healed today. Yeah.
Just since some of us are not sure that God sees us,
Yeah.
I believe He's going to show you. I believe He's going to show you. You didn't need what you thought you needed. What you needed was me.
Come on, Bishop, preach.
Now, the food was pouring in this morning, right? Ribs and mac and cheese and beans and all kinds of stuff, right? And so to her, Deidre's point, so she got her fryer and she got to take a table outside and, look, I just can't deal with it. I just, before I bring the word, I can't get involved, right? Because I got to keep my head in a certain space, right? And, y'all figure it out. And then I noticed the rain and, I don't know. I'm doing what I came to do. But God is bigger than us.
Yes, He is.
God is bigger than us.
Always working.
I promise I'm going to stop talking. Do you understand what he just said? A restaurant let us bring in food from outside that they cooked in their kitchen. That don't happen. That doesn't happen. No restaurant does that. Hey, we brought some fish over here. Can y'all fry for us? Are you crazy? Are y'all church folks stupid? Don't bring your fish over here for me to fry. And they sell food. If you don't know today why you should encourage people you love to come to church, I failed you. Like, man, you need to be telling people that you cool with, that you love, like, look, y'all got it wrong with me, man. Something happens over there. It's life changing. You owe it to the people you love. Tell them, man, y'all look, man, look. I promise you. May the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart, be acceptable in your sight. O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. In Jesus' name.